Okay. One night, a mom and a daughter were lying on the bed, ready to sleep, and they have a beautiful book, a Russian folk tale that is in Hindi. And then the mother started to tell the story to her daughter, like how few animals are living in a jungle and how the story started. And from there, it suddenly fell upon her that why not only her daughter? Let's go and spread this magic of stories to other kids too. And from there it started.
Before maps existed, story helped people explore the world. Before we understood ourselves, story helped us understand emotions. And even today, some of our biggest life lessons don't come from classrooms, but they come from stories. What if every story we read is actually helping us explore a part of ourselves? Today, we are joined by someone who create those journey through words, imagination, and human experience. Today, we are exploring the world of storytelling with our author and storyteller, Shivani. Welcome, Shivani.
Hi Shalini, thank you for having me here.
Hello. Super excited to have you here.
Same here.
So let's start with, before going to the segment, we'll start with a quick, I'll say, icebreaker question. As a
Mm-hmm.
storyteller or as a person who has imagination, uh, do you connect to the emotions? Do you feel emotions are important for human to imagine or tell their story?
Yes, 150%.
Yeah.
Because even if I want to understand someone, and even if I want someone to understand me, need to have that knowledge of emotions, have to feel the emotions. मुझे पता होना चाहिए. Like, obviously, we can't step into and be someone and can't be in that situation, but at least we can have a little bit of idea. If we have those emotions, we can make someone feel a bit of it, whatever we are trying to tell and whatever the person is trying to tell us. Yes.
Wow. Also, emotions means all kind of emotion you're talking about. There is no
Yes.
filtration on emotion.
No, कुछ भी नहीं. Even if it's a laughter and even if it's a feeling of, wow, how do you explain that? Or how do you feel that? ऐसा होता है बहुत लोग कुछ बोल रहे होते हैं ना, you actually get into that story और उनकी जो feelings होती है ना, you can feel it and you're like, wow, so
हाँ.
exciting.
So शिवानी is a emotion अगर मैं बोलूँ तो क्या क्या चीजें मुझे शिवानी में दिखने मिलेगी? Can you quickly tell us that?
Oh, maybe excitement, joy, then there will be a little of disappointment and sadness also. But again, that will come again, overcome with positivity, hope, and then again, excitement and fun. Everything will come. So,
Wow.
it's like a sandwich. आगे excitement, hope, everything fun is there. Then बीच में कुछ होता है. And then वापस से again वो सारी अच्छी अच्छी चीजें आ जाती हैं. Like
क्या
a
बात.
sandwich, a
Wow.
pack of
हाँ.
emotions.
मैंने सैंडविच इमेजिन कर लिया यहाँ पे. Wow, that's wonderful. Oh, wow. Perfect notes setted. So let's move towards the segment one. Segment one is about knowing you, your
Oh,
compass, how and where you find your north. So let's say north is a direction. When we see the compass, north is somewhere you need to go. It's the right direction. So here want to understand how you reach towards your north, your storytelling profession, how your journey as a storyteller begin, and what was before that. So we definitely want to know that part of your.
As taking it as a career, maybe it began very late. But
Okay.
I was a storyteller from like even from my childhood. I think if I can say that I was storyteller before that, even before I realized it. Because when I go back and see the events at the school or the hosting, which I really loved. I used to host the events. I used to love doing that. Like, give me a mic and I would love that mic. I was so into it. So hosting at college, school events, or even at office while I was working in corporate, hosting and blending everything together was one of the things that I loved. My favorite thing was how do you bring write a script where
Uh-huh.
everything like a story, and all the performances are like bits and pieces of that story. So तब भी मैं वही करती थी. But when it started as a profession, so one of my first mentor was Pragna. She just told me once that why not storytelling? So उनके बोलने से पहले I used to do something, तो शायद मैंने उनसे share किया होगा. Then she suggested, and I realized that when I was telling stories to my daughter, I already used to bring a lot of sounds, actions,
Hmm.
and change the way that particular story is written for her understanding. So, so it started from there, and telling her, then connecting with her friends in the society, telling them stories, and slowly and steadily, I then met people who were already doing that storytelling. Then I connected with them. Then I started doing a little in preschools, then events, and from there it started.
Wow. So, because this is your compass, your north, if in a storytelling way, if you want to start your compass, how you will say once upon a time, how it will be?
Okay. One night, a mom and a daughter were lying on the bed, ready to sleep, and they have a beautiful book, a Russian folk tale that is in Hindi. And then the mother started to tell the story to her daughter, like how few animals are living in a jungle and how the story started. And from there, it suddenly fell upon her that why not only her daughter? Let's go and spread this magic of stories to other kids too. And from there it started.
Wow, so beautiful, so beautiful. So we'll quickly move to the next segment. Now, here we want to see your inner world
Mm-hmm.
because every writer, let's say storyteller, has an invisible world where stories are born. So we
Hmm.
want to know from where your stories come from. Definitely story books है ये सब है, but उसको choose करने के लिए आपके कोई choices है, आपको कोई inner world होगा. So we want to know all those things.
One thing that popped up, and I just recalled something. My stories are, yes, all storybooks. Mostly are they are classic folk tales, which we have read before, but now we have to reintroduce them or retell the kids at this age. Yes, mostly they come from there.
Hmm.
But the one that I have written, they have come from something. I have to do something hatke, kuch alag hona chahiye.
Right.
So this I connected when I was in college. I completed my college and we were for placements, right?
Hmm.
Everybody. So if someone who is listening is in software engineer, they know that everybody back then used to go in Java or C plus or website development or backend.
Hmm.
But I thought in my head was, nahi, I don't want to do that. कुछ और अलग क्यों नहीं है? Isn't there something else that a software engineer should do? And then came phones. The mobile phones were blooming right then. Android was there. I iOS was there, and yeah, I got a placement in an a company that was working on Android. So it was like hatke. So even my stories, if I write something, I was like, this is there, but इससे अलग अगर कुछ देख के रखेंगे तो what is that?
Yeah.
So last year, I wrote a story on Ganpati, which I wanted to present to society, like in the society.
Hmm.
Now I was thinking कि सारी गणपति की story, everybody knows everything, little गणपति सब कुछ है, what something different जिसने शायद अभी तक कुछ सुना नहीं है, किसी ने कुछ बोला नहीं है. So from there the idea born, and then I wrote this story of why do we say Ganpati Bappa Moria. So that was the story that I wrote for and presented here and presented it twice, 3, 4 times everywhere. So yeah, so these from there the story get born, and yeah, this is one aspect. Then the second one, from most of the stories born are from how my daughter was feeling at certain moment. अब मुझे उसको समझाना है. I want to make her understand something. So few of the stories that I have written are from how did I explain her that particular situation. So yeah, so these are few things from where the stories get born.
So, according to you, can story also be a tool for self discovery, self exploration? A person who want to find themselves, can
Hmm.
he or she be storyteller for themselves as well? For example, I do this. Wherever
Hmm.
I go, I just imagine this picture कि यहाँ जाके ये करना है. आके I just talk to myself कि यहाँ गए थे, ऐसे किया था, and it becomes a story for me. So,
Yeah.
do you think it's a tool for self discovery?
Yes, definitely. You are collecting your whole journey or that particular scene, you're converting into a story, and then while you're writing or calling that story, you find something that you might have missed in. So it also helps in discovering something about yourself too. I think it happens more in when people write their travel diaries, they have this thing. So they travel, they come back, they write blogs, they tell the story. So while they do that, something or other thing pops up.
Oh, and also I heard few of the people who are stand-up comedian, they tell
Um,
it's a
mm,
story. For example, Zakir.
mm,
So he always say it's not what you say, or if it's not just a story, it's your way of expressing. So every comedian, Kapil Sharma बोल लो या
mm,
फिर any person who is there on stage, वो एक
mm,
स्टोरी टेलर ही होते हैं, वरना वो जो अट्रैक्शन लेते हैं लोगों का वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है अगर वो स्टोरी टेलिंग नहीं है
mm.
तो आई थिंक इट्स नॉट जस्ट स्टोरी टेलिंग, इट्स द वे यू आर बिल्डिंग योर सेल्फ.
Right. And how you're connecting with how you're opening yourself and letting the audience connect with you.
Yeah. Let's move to the next segment. Now,
Okay.
here we want to understand your logbook. Logbook basically means कि every explorer collect experiences. So
Hmm.
your storytelling or your experiences, we want to understand. So we'll talk about those things. If I ask you that your story, शिवानी की स्टोरी का अगर टाइटल होता तो वो क्या होता?
A story of a storyteller.
Yeah. Ah, that's beautiful. हाँ, that's nice. वो बहुत जल्दी आपको लिखनी पड़ेगी, हम रीड कर सके उसके लिए.
बहुत मजेदार होगी.
And in that story, creating a chapters. So what is the chapter you're currently living in be called as?
Exploring the stories.
Okay. If your journey were a story, what would be its central theme?
Central theme, finding yourself.
But you found it yourself.
Uh, a bit, a bit more is there to explore.
Hmm.
पूरा ढूंढने में मजा नहीं आएगी ना, अभी धीरे धीरे और ढूंढते
और
हैं.
आएगा हाँ.
What is there to explore more?
Okay, so now let's say if given a choice, what two words you'll quickly pick from this? Dreamer, observer, creator, meaning maker, or story weaver?
Story viewer.
Okay, and one more?
In observation. I think imagination, observation, they have both
Yeah.
go hand in hand. Yeah.
Okay. So before going for the last segment, it's story time. I
Yes.
want you to tell anything, any story for our audience, जो उनको मजा आ जाए सुनने में.
Listen.
And if
Story
keep it.
time. Story time. Okay. Cool. So this is a story that I wrote for my daughter to understand something 2 years back. I'll tell. So in a jungle, there is a very cute little bird who has just entered a new place, and she was looking for a place to live. She went inside and looking for here and there. Where should I go and start creating my nest? She went and met a very soft spoken, very beautiful voiced bird, and she was sitting there with her and talking. And she thought everything around her, oh, this is the only world, and everyone behaves like this. It's very sweet. People who voice are very sweet, are sweet people. And she built her house there. She's living there. And one day she's out. She thought that, okay, let's go explore this forest and meet new people. Even the bird which lived with near her nest came along with her, and they went to a place, a community where all the other birds used to come and sit and talk. And suddenly, while they were sitting, there's a very loud noise that is going around, and someone is shouting at the top of the voice. And our little bird, she was scared. She ran. She just flew away from there, and she never came back to that community. She was very scared. She doesn't want to. She refused. So the bird, which was helping her to build her nest, she came and said, "Why I haven't seen you for quite a long time there? Why are you not coming? Why are you scared? And why do you only want to stay here? Come out." So our bird says, "Ki No, I don't want to go. Have you seen that bird? She shouts at the top of her voice, and her voice is so bad, and she's very, very, very scary. I don't like her. I just want to go away from her. So the bird says, "But have you just sat there and listened to what she was saying? Yes, her voice may be very harsh, very loud, but she's as sweet as I am. She's as helping as I am. If you'll go and sit there and see, she'll help you in every way to build your nest in a perfect way. So don't see the bird with the loudness of her, ki how her voice is, but look, listen and see how similar she is, just like all of us."
That's so amazing. मैं खो गई थी, I'll be very honest, मैं खो गई थी. It's so wonderful. Your daughter is really lucky कि हर दिन उसके पास चॉइस है सुनने की स्टोरीज में. एक सेकंड के लिए मैं भूल गई थी ये पॉडकास्ट चल रहा है, और मुझे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछने में ब्लैंक हो गई थी कि
Okay.
या यू वंडरफul स्टोरी टेलर शिवानी, ट्रूली ट्रूली.
Thank you.
um to the last segment. This segment, we address the explorer. So I just want to ask you, do you feel stories से बचपन तक रहनी चाहिए, या फिर जैसे उम्र बढ़ती है स्टोरीज भी डेवलप होके हमारी लाइफ में का पार्ट होना चाहिए? What do you feel?
I think stories, they are already a part, but हम उन पे ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं देते.
Hmm.
And they should always and every day should be a part of us.
Hmm.
And they are not there. But जब हम बड़े हो जाते हैं ना, so we disconnected. हमको ऐसा लगता है stories तो सिर्फ बच्चों का चीज़ है, because imagination उनका काम है, vivid colors भरना उनका काम है.
Hmm.
But नहीं, as an adult, we love stories. We
Hmm.
love to get lost in our imagination. We love to have this liberty कि जो story है, I myself can have my own imagination of that particular story.
Hmm.
If I'm telling a story और सामने 4-5 लोग बैठे हैं, and those 5-4 people all will have different imaginations. So
Hmm.
there's a liberty. It's your choice, your imagination. तो ये होना चाहिए, and it gives you a very good feeling.
Hmm.
Yes, so it has to be a part of even an adult life. हाँ, उनके जॉनर्स बदल जाते हैं, शायद बड़े होके हमको हॉरर पसंद आएगी या मिस्ट्री पसंद आएगी, एंड हमारी वो इमेजिनेशन विविड कलर से थोड़ी सी डार्क भी हो सकती है, या खाली एक ही कलर की हो सकती है, बट या इट इज सो पॉडकास्ट वी लिसन या मूवीज हम देखते हैं, दीज आर स्टोरीज. और जो हम डेली आपस में भी फोन करके एक दूसरे को जो स्टोरी सुनाते हैं, बातें करते हैं, आज मेरे दिन में ये क्या क्या हुआ, दीज आर स्टोरीज. So these are all stories. But हमको लगता है नहीं, ये तो हम सर खाली बातें कर रहे हैं, कि नहीं, ये हम एक्चुअली स्टोरी सुना रहे हैं जो चीज हो चुकी है पहले.
True.
एंड एवरीबडी इज अ नेचुरल स्टोरी टेलर. आई थिंक वो जो आप किसी से बात कर रहे हो, मम्मी से या किसी से भी, योर सिस्टर, योर फ्रेंड, आप उनको एग्जैक्टली एक सारी चीजें एग्जैक्टली नहीं बताते हो. यू ऐड योर ओन एलिमेंट्स टू इट एंड देन यू टेल दैट्स अ
Ingredients
स्टोरी.
डलते हैं, कुछ डलते हैं.
हाँ,
True.
it's a story, yes.
So, what message you want to give to youth about the stories then? How you will tell them, persuade them that stories are important part of your life? Go and read. क्या बोलना चाहूंगा उन लोगों के लिए आप?
So for youth, I would like to say that, see, if you're not very interested in opening the book and read, go and listen to someone. As one of our very common friend, Snehal says, आपको पढ़ना नहीं है तो you can listen, जाओ आप
Yes.
सुनो. So
सुन लो.
stories, they can bring a lot of things to you that शायद आप खुद नहीं ला सकते. वो उस समय कुछ क्लिक कर जाए, या तो फिर ऐसी चीज पता चल जाए तो शायद आपको पता ही नहीं होगी. You're still wonder कि अच्छा ये तो मुझे पता ही नहीं था. So
हम्म.
tell you to explore something. Maybe आपका इरादा नहीं था कहीं जाने का या कुछ करने का. Maybe listening to the stories, you would love to go there or do something like that. I would love to give an example here. So last time I heard a story that was told on a travel story to Kashmir. Now Kashmir was never in my list. मतलब सारी चीजें हमारे आसपास जहां जहां हम बाय रोड ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं, या जो पास पास है, जो हमको पता है ना, वही वही सारी चीजें हम मेरी लिस्ट में होती है कि ये सब तो पहले कवर कर ले, बाकी का करते हैं. सो कश्मीर वाज नेवर इन माय ट्रैवल लिस्ट.
Hmm.
But listening to the story that was presented and the way it was told, वो जो vivid picture पूरी कश्मीर की बनाई गई थी, it was super. Now it's in my travel list. मेरे को इच्छा हो गई है, कभी ना कभी तो जाएंगे ही.
हाँ
So
हाँ.
this is what stories does to you.
Hmm.
So it also give you an open different paths direction. आपको बहुत सारे options present कर देती है. So yeah, सुनना चाहिए.
होना चाहिए. तो
Hmm.
एज नहीं डिफाइन करता स्टोरी रीड करना. तुम्हारी
Hmm.
जर्नी स्टोरी है, सो व्हाई नॉट टू रीड योर जर्नी.
Yes.
That's true. Wow. Okay, so today's conversation reminds us that stories are more than entertainment. They are mirror that helps us understand ourselves. They are windows that help us understand others, and sometimes they become map that guide us through life. Thank you, Shivani, for taking us on this beautiful exploration journey. To everyone watching, never underestimate the power of your own story because every person is a storyteller, every life is narrative, and every journey deserves to be explored. This is Shall Explore You podcast. Until next time, see you.